Hey love, what is up? Thanks for joining me today. My name is Lauren if you didn't know, and today we are going over a new release from Dior, their Rosy Glow Blush Sticks. So if you're interested in this, just keep on watching. So what is this? This is the Dior Rosy Glow Blush Stick. They retail for $44 each. They came out with 7 shades and I have 3 here: Cherry, Candy, and Toffee. So let me just give you a little bit of product info about it. So what is it? In just one swipe, this long-lasting, buildable, and creamy blush stick format of Rosy Glow delivers pH-activated custom color with a natural dewy glow finish. What else you need to know? This blush stick adapts to the skin's pH for a custom color and a dewy glow look. Reflecting light to enhance cheekbones, the cherry oil-infused formula provides up to 12 hours of hydration and wear for long-lasting comfort and moisture. It is available in 7 shades and 2 finishes. So the shades I got were Cherry, which is described as a cherry red; Candy, which is described as a pearlescent bubblegum pink; and Toffee, which is described as a pearlescent nude beige. So let's just get into my swatches and I'll meet you right back here at the end. These products are fragrance. They surprisingly have that thin mint peppermint smell that their lip products have, which I wasn't expecting. I'm surprised they went that route for the fragrance. It's very subtle though and fades quickly after it's applied to the face. I don't notice it at all on my face. I can really only smell it directly from the product. The 2 pearlescent shades, Candy and Toffee, have glitter in them. Toffee noticeably has more glitter than Candy. I find the glitter doesn't translate to the face. I only picked up on it in my arm swatches. It's super subtle to the point where it's non-existent, especially with the shade Candy. When I wore these for the first time, I used Toffee and I could literally count the gold sparkles left on my face with one hand. When I wore Toffee the second time, there was no glitter present at all. So the glitter is a bit of a mixed bag. If you don't like glitter in your makeup, stay away from the pearlescent shades Candy and Toffee. Here I'm applying the shade Toffee to the face, and Toffee is a glass skin type highlighter for me. It has color, but the nude beige literally melts right into my skin, as you can see. It shears away into nothing, leaving behind just a glassy, dewy glow. I was planning on picking up another House Labs Glassy Balm highlighter stick in the shade Clear from House Labs, but now I guess I won't because the Toffee shade basically is just a glass skin type highlighter on me, and seeing how I like glass skin type highlighters, I do actually really like this. Just a reminder, my face swatches are done on nothing but foundation and concealer skin, so there are no additional products to interfere with what you are seeing. Now I'm applying Cherry, and Cherry is the only blush color here that actually fully flushes my cheeks. I usually stay away from red shades as I find them to be intense and intimidating, but this Cherry shade is more of a hot pink watermelon color, and it shears out so easily that it's not super intense. I really like this color. This formula allows you to really control the intensity too. You can apply either a very sheer soft amount or layer it to get more intense color payoff. I don't find this to be the case with the lighter blush colors in the range though. So if you truly want a blush color that you can control the intensity, I say stick to the deeper shades. Now for Candy. Candy is like a less intense, softer version of Cherry. I definitely think I can get Cherry to look like Candy, but I definitely can't build Candy up to be as intense as Cherry. So if you want a true flush of color, again, stick to the darker shades as this formula is very forgiving and easy to sheer out. Candy does have glitter, but it's less pronounced than the glitter in Toffee. Candy is a barely there blush color on me, very much giving no makeup type vibes. I could see me using this solo if I want a very light application of color to the cheeks, or pairing it over top of other pink, rose, or peachy colored matte blushes to give them a glow. Basically using the Patrick Ta method of powder first then balm second. It will also help to take down the tackiness this product leaves while sitting on the face, applying it directly over powder. The first day I wore these cream blushes, I wore it from like 3:30 to 7:30, so about 4 hours, and it looked the same as initial application. Here we have Cherry and Candy side by side, and I think I prefer the deeper shades in this formula. They'll give you more flexibility in the intensity of the pigmentation level over the lighter shades. I can't really make Candy more intense. It's a very natural, subtle blush color on my skin tone, but I can make Cherry look either like a light flush, barely there color, or I can build it up to be more intense. I know it doesn't look like it, but it's an entirely different day, and here I'm applying the face you are seeing in the talking portions of today's video. I use Cherry as my blush color and follow up with Toffee as a dedicated highlighter. I wore this makeup from about 2 p.m. to 7:30, so about 6-ish hours, and again, my makeup looked as good as initial application. The glow and the blush lasted all day. This formula is very slick, super emollient. This is the consistency I was expecting from the House Lab Blush Balm sticks. I did a video on them, check it out in the cards up above. But that formula isn't as slick or emollient as this Dior formula. And there are pros and cons to that. The pros is it's very easy to sheer out and blend, making it very beginner friendly. You can take this stick directly to the face and it glides across it with ease. It doesn't disrupt your makeup. It's super forgiving if you put on too much, as it blends out easy. It's also buildable. If you sheer it out too much, you can just add more. I found you can slap this on your face with any application method you prefer and it'll look good. The glow is also stunning. It blends so well with the skin, so it actually looks like skin. Glowy, dewy, glass skin is what this formula will give you. The downside to this super emollient formula is that it's a little tacky and it doesn't completely dry down on its own. If you are applying this solo on bare skin, be prepared for that tackiness. If you wear your hair down, you may find it sticking to the side of your face, especially if you forgo setting your makeup or you aren't a person to set your face with powder. The tackiness subsides though, depending on the application method. I notice it's more tacky and emollient when you swipe the blush directly onto the face and then blend it out versus taking the product on a brush and then applying it to the face. Regardless of the application method, I don't find these to completely dry down, which is why the glow kind of lasts all day. I found the best application method to subdue the tackiness is to apply over powder and or use a setting spray that basically creates a barrier over the face. If you're applying this blush and do both of those suggestions, the tackiness is non-existent. Make sure you pick a setting spray that has both a strong hold and doesn't change the finish of your makeup, so you'll still have that dewy glow from the blush, but the setting spray will hold and lock it in place and alleviate the tackiness. You can use the setting spray as a finishing step after applying the blush to lock in your makeup, or spray it on the brush you're using to apply the blush. Both of these methods help alleviate some of the tackiness. I do like this product. I love the way it melts with the skin and looks like healthy, dewy, glowy, flushed skin, and it doesn't emphasize any texture. It's extremely easy to use and the glow it gives is beautiful. The only thing I don't like about it is that it doesn't fully set down. So I like it, but I don't love it. I also wish the shades were just a hair, and I do mean just a hair, more pigmented. There are other products on the market that leave your skin with a similar glowy finish with no tack and won't have your hair possibly sticking to your face. The other formulas that come to mind are like the Rare Beauty liquid blushes or the House Lab Blush Balm sticks. They give a similar level of glow to the cheeks with no tackiness. This is actually a good release from Dior. If you like a glowy, dewy, glass-like finish to the cheeks, you'll probably like this. Just be mindful you have to mitigate a little bit of tackiness. If you buy it at full price, I don't think you'll be mad. If you buy it on sale, I really don't think you'll be mad. This is a good product from Dior overall. This packaging is a dead ringer for their lip balm, which is kind of cute because this is supposed to be a balm too, right? I do like this packaging. I like that each cap corresponds with the color. Yeah, I really like this packaging. It's really cute. Again, this does have fragrance. I will say it's not as intense. Like, I definitely don't smell it as intensely as I do other products from Dior. It's a very faint peppermint scent. It's not super strong. You can barely smell it. Once I started applying it to my face, I didn't smell anything. It faded very quickly. I can really only smell it when like I hold this up to my nose. So the fragrance on these isn't that strong, but it is fragrance. Now, as far as each shade, on my skin tone, Toffee is just a highlighter. Now, I originally bought this shade with the intention of thinking it was going to look like the model on the website. I will put that picture up here. You see that very deep, rich, dark skin model wearing this shade. It shows a very gold, prominent highlighter on her skin tone. And this, on my skin tone, shows up clear. So I'm assuming anybody that's darker than me is probably going to show up clear too. The only way they got that color gold to show up on her skin tone like that is they took the powder blush Toffee, which I do have a video on. I did do the powder blushes before this video. I'll link that in the cards up above. But yes, they took the powder blush Toffee and applied it to her cheekbones, because on my skin tone, Toffee shows up as a gold highlighter, a yellow gold highlighter, and that's all I can really use it for. And then they took this shade and put it on top to get that glossy wet look, because there's no way this shade by itself is doing that. I call cap. Like, somebody's lying. But the shade Toffee, this is going to be 100% just a highlighter for me. A clear, glassy highlighter. Candy. This is a more subdued version, or shall I say less intense version of the shade Cherry here. It does show color on my face. It's great for those very subtle, no makeup type days where I want a very light, and I do mean light, flush of color. If you are deeper than me, I would say avoid this because it's going to be a toffee situation for you where this just kind of shows up like a light pink highlighter on your skin tone. I think I can get the most use out of this color in particular if I pair it with rosy or peachy or pinky type blushes. I think that would be a good combo. Basically taking the Patrick Ta method where you put the powder down first and then the cream blush on top. I think the shade Candy would do very well with that, pairing it with rosy tone, peachy tone, pink tone blushes. The shade Cherry is probably the only shade here that's a genuine true blush color for me. It's the one with the most pigments. I rarely pick red blush like this because they terrify me. They're usually way too intense, way too pigmented, but because the formula of this is very sheer and it's super emollient and it blends out very easily, you can definitely tone down that intensity with this blush formula. I find it to be very beginner friendly, easy to use, easy to work with, easy to blend. It's very forgiving. If you mess up, it's very easy to, like, you know, fix with this product. Like, it's not the end of the world. It does layer on itself very nicely and you can build up more intensity, but I wish this was just a hair, and I do mean a hair, more pigmented. I do like these. They don't add or emphasize any texture on my face. They blend out nicely. Again, they're very beginner friendly. I think it has everything to do with the fact that this is super emollient, super wet type formula. So if you are somebody who's scared of cream blush, I would say this is a nice formula to start with because it's very easy to work with and use. It's not like the rare beauty blushes where it's giving you pigment out the rip, like bam, in your face, and then you're like panicking trying to like sheer it out and control how much color and glow you now have. This is way easier of a formula to work with. So if the rare beauty blushes intimidated you, this might be a better route for you. It's very easy to control the intensity and color you get with these. My recommendation is they're good. You can buy them if you want, pay full price if you want. You may or may not be mad at that, but as always with Dior products, I recommend buy it on sale. If you're really curious, just buy it on sale. Buy just one. And I do mean one. You don't need all of them because they all kind of give the same luminous effect. It literally just gave my cheek an illuminated glow. Are there products out here on the market that do the same thing better? Yes, I just mentioned the House Labs. They give a similar glow to this on the cheek and it's not as tacky. I don't have to worry about my hair sticking to my face with the House Labs. The Dior though, I do. But I do like this. This is okay. Sits on the face nice. It lasted all day yesterday when I did wear it for the first time, and today it's looking pretty good as well. So I have no real complaints with this product besides the fact that it is a little tacky. But that's all from me today. Appreciate you hanging out. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell me, have you tried any of Dior's latest releases? How you feel about them in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you. I love to get your opinion on these things, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys.